The days of trying are over. No more forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do. No more pretending. 2025 is going to be a year of authenticity. People are pretty much done with all forms of marketing and fakeness. Everybody can see through it now. Your art is either good or it's not. You're either that guy or you aren't. And it's time for the people who are ready to be themselves to step into the light and shine. The rest will be left behind. But if you can get the courage to just show up and be yourself, you'll win. The great thing about the death of marketing is that now all you have to do is just show up. People don't care as much about quality anymore. As long as you're entertaining and as long as you're spitting facts, people are going to watch. The problem though will be for the people who are so used to having to manipulate their creative inputs. People used to using marketing tactics and tricks and can't switch over to just being a natural personality. The people who had to use tricks to get people's attention will quickly fade away. All that's left will be what's real, and that will make our lives so much easier. No more having to figure out who's saying something true, no more having to sift through content, no more confusion, just straight truth. Unfortunately, this means that if you haven't been dealing with reality, that you're going to have to get caught up fast. Most likely during the next year, a lot of people will be forced to progress and forced to be authentic. They won't be ready, but 2025 will be a year of change. The seeds of authenticity that were planted in 2024 will fully blossom in 2025 and the coming years. For the people that have been changing and moving with the new world, they will be rewarded. But for the people too afraid to progress and too afraid to show their true colors, no matter how ugly, they will get left behind. So what does this mean for art? This means that it's time to embrace your own creative vision, embrace your personality, and share it with the world. There's no better time for authenticity, and people will either like your art or not. It's like that way today anyway. Either way, you'll be more fulfilled, more energized, more motivated than ever, because for the first time, you and thousands of others will get attention and recognition for work that is truly you. No gimmicks, no forced content or promotion, only things you truly want to give to the world. But unfortunately, this means more people will hide away than ever as well. People that have been used to life under their masks will be forced to hide in the shadows. They will be forced to retreat until they can catch up to the new wave. And until then, we will still have a barrage of people hating, being gimmicky, and trying to force attention out of spite. They bet against the coming world of fun and authenticity, and they lost because of it. It really is the easiest to put your all into your work when it's actually yours. When you stop trying, you get to that flow state where things just fall together seamlessly. Your work gets reborn. It changes and morphs to who you are at the time. It challenges you, but it's fun, and it's easier than ever. Because for the first time in your life, the challenge isn't playing a game against yourself and what you want, trying to be disciplined or stopping your bad habits. Now, it's playing the right game of moving with the world and its innovations. But there will definitely be a delay period. The amount of confidence it takes to stand on your own vision is insane, but the pain and the journey will all be worth it. It's up to you to take that leap, because this is definitely not a time to be left in the dust. Content is growing faster than it ever has. More faces are popping up every day, new memes, new metas, new strategies, new genres, and gossip. Everything is moving so fast, and it's so exciting. Either you decide to be yourself to stay on top, or you cower away because you didn't have the strength to play the greatest game. The choice is yours. I think the problem with trying really boils down to the fact that we don't understand what's out there. There's so much opportunity that we're denying just through the act of trying. Whole worlds, companies, empires that could be built, but we're too busy obsessing over our music or TikTok pages. In the grand scheme of things, these things are really small and tiny opportunities. Open your mind, think bigger. Understand the whole world that's out there. Not just content, but real life experiences, chances to document life, explore the world, make art that you really care about, making art and putting thoughts out there that actually matter to people. Why fight over crumbs? Why dedicate your whole life to playing for small prizes? At some point, you'll grow the courage to go after something larger. Eventually, you'll have the skills to be at the top. But for now, 2025 is giving us the greatest opportunity to be able to own up to our flaws, our weaknesses, and turn them into our biggest strengths. For many, this will just be the start. And for even more, this is the turning point on the mission towards achieving their wildest dreams. The only thing left to do is open that door. Take that first step and let life do the rest. Frankly, you deserve it. Anything fake, any appearances you have to keep up are exhausting. It burns you out. Might as well take the plunge and get to the real work that you really need to do. If you're worried about whether or not you'll make it, chances are you're playing the wrong game. Maybe some variables need to be realigned, but when you're doing something you genuinely care about, sure, there will be struggles, and yes, there will be moments you're unsure, but these things are temporary. When you're committed to your goals, over time, things start to move faster than ever. You'll be on a once-in-a-lifetime adventure of difficulty, but it will be easy. You don't have to try. Just showing up is all you need here, and once you get the ball rolling, you will see how easy it all is. The difficulty isn't in the goals, but it's in finding the place in the world you truly belong. The true difficulty is figuring out how to etch yourself into the fabric of reality with minimal alienation so that working with and towards your goals becomes easy. There's no friction, and the work gets done because it just happens. It becomes harder for you to not do the work you want to than it is for you to do anything else. Procrastination and all your bad habits begin to feed your work, and because of it, you master yourself and propel yourself to the top.
I'm not in the studio right now, and everybody in my world thinks I'm crazy. What's going on? You need another album out. The time is running out. You have a certain window to make music. For a little while, I listened to that, and I was like in the studio working real hard, trying to get it done. And you know, music was created, but it wasn't my best. And it wasn't my best because there was no substance. And there was no substance because there was no experience. I'd gone from the studio to the stage, back into the studio again. And the only reason why The Miseducation was the album it was because of a myriad of experiences that took place before the production part, before the creation.
What Lauryn Hill describes is the same process artists like Frank Ocean take advantage of. It's been 8 years since his last album, yet he's still in the studio, committed to the process of creation without knowing when his work will be great enough to release. His commitment, not always obsession, sustains him. In our journeys, this can look like setting a goal to release your next piece of work while not knowing when or how it will come about. Your energy may change, but even on lazy days, you're still taking everything you see and think it into your work later. Over time, something may click and makes its way onto the canvas and into the world. This may solve the biggest problem for young artists. How do you maintain the quality of your work or even raise your standards through failure? Algorithms and external pressures tempt us to settle for mediocrity, but if we give in, we lose opportunities to create work with real depth and meaning. Prioritizing our commitment may give us the answer. The hardest part of making it out of limbo is having the courage to continue to put all of yourself into your work, to still be vulnerable, even when you don't see hope. That rejection wears us down, and our anger with the world peaks when we feel this out of touch with our goals. That deadlock is where most artists quit. They give up, not knowing how close they were to clarity and success, not understanding the beautiful opportunity that lies in this exact moment.